Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to use the present perfect tense. In a separate video linked here or here, I showed you how to form the present perfect tense. You learned to form the present perfect tense, we need to have the auxiliary have or has plus the past participle of the verb you want to use. I also taught you the difference between regular and irregular verbs. We looked at the past participle of each. Today, I'm going to show you how to use and how to apply the present perfect tense. After watching this video, you will be able to use the present perfect tense appropriately in conversations or in writing. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, when can you use the present perfect tense? You can use the present perfect tense in a number of situations. The first situation in which you can use the present perfect tense is to describe life experiences without mentioning any specific time in the past. Now, I'll repeat that. If you want to talk about an experience that you have had or somebody you know has had in their lives, you can use the present perfect tense to do that, to talk about the experience, but you should not use a specific time in the past. You don't mention exactly when it happened. Example number one. The Wilsons have been to Canada twice. So here we're talking about the trip that they took. They had a trip. They took a trip to Canada. They traveled there. It happened 2 times. You can see that there's no mention. It's not mentioned when they did that exactly. Now, let's look at the second example. John has never traveled first class. John has never traveled first class. So this is an experience that he has never had. Okay, even if you see never here, we're still talking about experiences here. So when talking about life experiences, what I mean by that is things that you have done, places that you have visited, food that you have eaten, people you have met in your life. Example number 3. Have you ever drunk tequila? Okay, in this example, the person wants to know if you have had this experience. So whenever you want to ask somebody if they have had an experience, you ask them, have you ever done this? Have you ever done that? So in none of these examples here, a specific time in the past is mentioned. So that's the first situation. Now, let's look at another situation in which you can use the present perfect tense. You can use it to describe how long an event has been in progress. In this situation, the event began in the past and still continues to the present. It still happens. So if you want to talk about how long something has happened, like if somebody started doing something in the past and they still do it in the general present today, so you can use the present perfect tense to do that. Okay, let's look at these 3 examples here. Example number 1, Jacob has worked for our company for 7 years. So what this means is that 7 years ago, Jacob joined the company and he still works in the company today. Now, even if you see 7 years, 7 years is not a specific time in the past. It's the duration. Okay, so it's the total time he's worked for the company. And when you use the present perfect tense in this context, you can use for or you can use since. Now, to use for, you need to use it before a period of time. For example, 7 years. 7 years is a period of time. When you use since, you don't use it with the period of time, but you use it with the beginning of the event, the time when the event started. So here, Mr. and Mrs. Hunter have lived in this neighborhood since 2003. It means they moved to the neighborhood in 2003. So if you consider the time they began, then you can use since. So whenever you want to use the present perfect tense to talk about things that have happened in the past and continues in the present, you will most likely have to use for or since. Example number 3. How long have you and John been engaged? Okay, if you ask a question, you can ask a question with how long with the present perfect tense if you want to know the duration of any activity. How long have you and John been engaged? All right, let's look at a third situation. I told you we can use the present perfect tense in different situations. Altogether, I have listed 5 situations in which you can use the present perfect tense, even though there may be more. All right, situation number 3, the present perfect tense is also used to describe events that have already occurred and events that have not occurred yet. If you're talking about things that people have already done or things that people haven't done yet, you can use the present perfect tense. All right, let's look at this conversation here between Tim and Mag. Tim asked a question. How many people are coming to the dinner party tomorrow? Just 6. Neva, Peter, and his girlfriend Marie, Jack and his girlfriend Louise, and Sandy. Have you bought the wine yet? Oh no, I forgot. Well, I'm going to pick up a couple of things at the grocery store. Do you need anything else? Just the wine. We've already gotten everything else. Oh, I almost forgot. We haven't bought bread for the sandwiches yet. Oh yeah, that's true. Let's get the bread at the bakery instead. It's cheaper and fresher there too. Okay, so let's analyze this conversation here to see how the present perfect is used to describe events that have already happened and events that have not happened yet. So Tim and Mag are planning to have a party tomorrow, and they've invited a few people. And Mag asked the question, have you bought the wine yet? So you can ask this question starting with have you, okay, or has somebody else done something yet? Whenever you want to check if somebody has done something that they were supposed to do, then you can go ahead and use the present perfect tense with yet. Oh no, I forgot. We've already gotten everything else. That's what Mag says. Mag says, just get the wine because we've already gotten everything else. Here, gotten is the past participle of get. It means that we've already bought everything else. So to talk about things that you have already done, completed tasks, you can use the present perfect tense to do that. We haven't bought bread for the sandwiches yet. Okay, so they've gotten everything else except bread. So we haven't bought bread yet. So if the statement is negative, you can use yet in the sentence because you haven't done that yet. So this is something that this couple hasn't done yet. All right, so yeah, so to talk about these 3 situations, go ahead and use the present perfect tense. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. So whenever I release a new video, you'll be among the first to know. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.